Hi there. Well, hi cat. I found the source of the reason our buildings broke. It's these water pumps right here. I kind of forgot to look over here. Those provide a lot of water for our city. But yeah, we end up getting our population back up to, 240,000, about what we were at before it dropped to 170. But you're gonna see it's gonna drop even lower. But we'll talk about that later. Right now, I'm just taking a look at all the parts of the city, seeing how they're doing. Some heavy traffic areas near the airport. This is the dense part of the city that depleted a lot, and as you can see, it's coming back pretty fast now that there's water. So at this point, I felt pretty good. I thought, this is going to be a good follow-up video. The power plant exploded, and it caused all of the windmills to explode out here. I guess because these are technically detached from the rest of the city, and they couldn't power everything that I made there, especially those services. Why does this wheat need power? I tried to delete the industry here that was at this, notorious farm. Eventually it does change back, but for now it's going to be stuck there. The windmills out here broke again, so I decided to reduce it and just bring over the city's power to make things easier. I develop a little bit more in the corner just to kind of make it look more, not just like I'm dragging it into the edge of a map, into the abyss, the grid abyss. This is something that gets me excited to play SimCity 4 Deluxe, because when you develop a city, you can actually go back to the main menu and you will see how it impacts your neighbors. You actually can develop entire regions in that game. So that'll be fun to see over time how it progresses. I'm mostly just sitting around watching things develop again, assuming that it was utilities that brought down my city to its last state. I'm just checking the water to make sure everything's okay, and it is. I see our trash is okay. Our power doesn't really have any issues ever. Aside from a few explosions from the solar plants, I think I saw one message actually while I was playing. But I noticed that there's a big area that's open in this map, and so as I'm trying to finish off playing on this map, I decide to develop here. I go for farms, an airport, and a little bit more dense commercial. Just because, I don't know, I felt like it'd be funny to have a little bit taller buildings out here, right next to the kind of ghost town area we have. Mostly high-tech industry farms there, though. I'm still not really sure if it's necessary to reduce access to water to farms to keep them being farms, but I tried to do that a little bit. Doesn't work out. Speaking of water, I decided to, instead of developing here, just make it into a giant lake where I add 2 marinas, because there's actually some houses there. I'm not sure at what point the downturn happens, but like I said a couple minutes ago, something bad does happen. Right now, I'm just trying to experiment and be like, yeah, let's try to see if mansions can form immediately if I kind of spam the area with parks. And I had a few parks here and there. So I just sit here and watch, assuming everything's going okay. These water towers did end up all breaking, but just add them back. It's not a big deal. Keep that staggered style going on for no reason at all. Now I look back and there's still nothing happening here, so I actually go add a few more parks. It was midnight at the time I was playing this, so I was a little not paying attention to what was directly in front of me, but as you can see right behind me, there's a lot of abandoned houses and commercial buildings. I noticed a message that says we're having a financial crisis, so I lower our expenses just by a bit. I see the reason this house got abandoned was because lack of transportation, when they have a bus stop literally less than a block away. Then it dawns on me that all of the houses have been abandoned.
Oh my goodness!
Now you can't see it right now, but the population has dropped from about 200,000 down to less than 100,000 at this point. And I'm just completely unsure what to do. The only thing we have are the farms. I think the people are complaining because the taxes are too high, but in 200 years, I've never raised the taxes. God, if we could live in a world like that. And I thought it was kind of funny that everything was failing for apparently no reason at all. I did go onto a forum and I found out that I potentially have to worsen my services. I didn't look during this playthrough, but the workforce is close to 50%, I believe, at this point. And that causes there to be an issue with RCI demand and, I don't know, everything apparently. I wasn't too worried about it. I had a lot of fun with the city, but I'm ready to move on to something else. Later on, I will come back and destroy it perhaps. But yeah, this was a cool experiment. I definitely have a good handle on farms now, because that is all that remains in this city that isn't abandoned or destroyed. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching Noodles playing Supreme grow. Weird name. And if anything, it has shrunk more than it has grown at this point. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.